Okay, gotcha. What's up, everybody? Let me bring this down a little bit. Can everybody hear us? This is low budget live, the most live that we've ever done it right here. I hope you can hear us out there. I'm Luke Duncan, and I've got the man with me right here in the Xpress booth, Rory Herndon. What's up, buddy?
What's up, brother? Good to see you.
We were going to sit down. That way we were like eye to eye because he used to play power forward for the Detroit Pistons back in the day. Yeah. Did y'all know that? That's a little fun Express fact for you. So I hope y'all are having fun at the Bassmaster Classic. I'm glad that you're joining me and all these folks. We got several guys lined up to come on, but Rory's going to kick it off.
Happy to be here, man. How awesome is it that we are together at the Bassmaster Classic?
How awesome is it that all these people are here?
Dude, unbelievable. Our booth's in the back 40, and some people found it. I love it.
They did find it, and more are coming. I guarantee it. I guarantee they're coming. But have you had a great show so far, showing off the Xpress X21 that we're sitting in right now? We're just posted up on it.
It's been a great show. It's a great show to get out of here, get out of the house. We're used to doing a lot of trade shows throughout the year. And being back for one of our first trade shows, being the Bassmaster Classic, is kind of an honor for us to be here and see all these fine fishing women and men face to face. There's not a better group of people in this country. Salt of the earth. Just love being in front of everybody at a Bassmaster.
It seems like everybody's just fired up to get out of the dadgum house, man.
No doubt.
Texas is here. Lean in just a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds like butter now, don't it?
There we go.
Y'all hear him out there now? Clap your hands if you can hear Rory. Come on.
There we go.
Hey, you got boys. Make us feel like we're doing something up here.
No doubt.
Because I can't hear anything with the headphones other than him.
Yeah, that's right. Same here.
But for me, it's been like people are. They're excited. They're out just buying fishing tackle, looking at boats, and it's fun. It's fun to get to do this here at the Xpress booth. Thank each and every one of you for watching, for coming out. Got low lifers. These guys right here, front row.
That's right.
Low lifers. What do you think about that, Rory?
I think he's missing out seeing the Startron shape.
And the Startron bottle is not here, and I'm upset about that.
That's
it's in the truck. I'll have it tonight. We're doing another one tonight. We're definitely going to have it there. But, man, I appreciate you, everything you do.
Yeah.
Of course, Xpress Boats bringing you low budget live, and not so live.
Me and my family are low lifers, and we love listening to the show. My boys love it. And so seeing other low lifers out here, it's fun to know who else is on the other end of those speakers.
And for me, every week when I talk sponsors, I always say that I partner with people that it's like family, and that's what we are. So hearing you say that you're a low lifer, man, that's just that's the deal. That's the deal for me. So I got to put you on the spot in front of all these folks.
For sure.
If you're not running one of these boats this year, you're not getting a lot of paychecks.
That's right.
Whether it's the Elite Series, whether it's the NPFL, we got a guy roaming around here somewhere, Big Bad John.
Big John.
Big John. He's on a little bit of a tear
catching fish and cutting checks.
But I mean, you guys have had going back to like when you first signed low, and that was a big deal for y'all, right?
It's a big deal for our company.
That is
a big move for us to kind of step out into the competitive fishing arena.
No doubt.
Our history has definitely just been the guy that loves to fish. He's fishing the local circuits, but also out with his family, cutting the sides off fish.
No doubt. And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way we've all grown up here in our family, and getting into the competitive fishing world is something a little different for us.
No doubt.
And we've always been fans. I love everything about professional bass fishing. And it's just, a little different than what we do back home. And so it's cool getting in here, meeting a lot of these people, and it's a new world. We all have so many things in common. It's just it's a good spot to be.
The cool thing was this year, Clay told me when we first did all this, partnered up, Clay's like, I'm going to bring a blue trophy through the door right here, Extrusion Place. It's happening. And not only do you have one blue trophy from the Elite Series, you got two now, and two NPFL trophies.
Two NPFL trophies.
It's insane. And I got to watch all that go down in person with Mr. Soukup himself. And, man, how does that feel, though, as El Presidente? You look out there, you see these guys working hard, and they choose your boat to do it in, and they're super successful in it. Little hookup over here.
Yeah.
The Soukup crew.
Man, it's an honor. We were very methodical with the team we picked. We didn't just go see who's available. We went and saw who is the right person for our team, the right fisherman, culturally, family-wise. And so, it's
Look at that. Look at that. Big Clay coming in. you want to hold it up over your head like Bill Lowen did?
I would like to. I'm afraid I might make a mess of all your wires here. You mind plugging
Oh, you mean I've got a mess?
No, I'd hate to make a mess. But yeah, here
we go. Here's one of them.
One of them right here. I mean,
one of two.
One of two, and that's what Clay Connor said. He said we will be putting one of these on your desk this year.
Now, when Clay said that, were you like, whatever, man?
Okay, Clay.
Okay, Clay, whatever. And then the first one shows up, and we did an LBL from there when Billy was there. Billy Lowen came down. A little technical difficulty right there with the wire sound like. Did you hear that? Sounded like I was sketched out a little bit. But Billy came down. We did an LBL. You were pumped. And then just the next week, no big deal. Just got another one.
This guy named Jason Christie.
Some guy named Jason Christie.
Yeah. Amazing for our company and our team. It's just how much hard work goes in these boats. There's just so much behind the scenes, people talking to those pros.
No doubt.
Weekend warriors themselves, and just so much goes into it. Yeah, these trophies are for our team all together, and it means a lot to our company.
It was the coolest thing for me was hearing that, when Bill came to the plant and everybody that took part in building his boat got to see the end result, which is this trophy and the check, and it's so cool.
The welders knew exactly who had built that boat and what part of the boat. They're like, I made that weld. I made those
cool,
seats.
Man.
Yeah.
Very cool. Would you like to get a picture with this trophy? Everybody needs a picture of this trophy on the front deck of this thing.
That's right.
We got another guy right over here that's got two big old trophies. They're bigger than this.
They definitely.
I don't know if we're overcompensating or not at the NPFL, but we got bigger trophies. I will say that. We got bigger trophies, and John Soukup, he can't even. I guarantee he's a big boy, but he can't carry both of them in here. I bet he can't. Can he? What do you think, little hookup? Can your dad tote two of them? You think? Let's see. Hey, John boy. He's not paying any attention. Hey, don't pay us any attention, John. We're just doing a live podcast. No big deal. You just talk business. Just me and Rory just doing a podcast here.
You want him over here?
We'll get him in a minute.
Okay.
So, do you think this will be? We'll close with this.
Okay.
Do you think you'll get one more trophy through the door this year in Hot Springs?
Yeah.
Or more than one more trophy? Because I think you're going to get one more for sure.
We talking about this particular type
I'm talking about all trophies. You've seen two NPFLs, two Elite Series.
I feel comfortable with one more trophy.
One more trophy,
I feel comfortable with one more trophy.
One more trophy. You heard it here. If you're not in an Express, you're not getting paid this year.
No, you're behind.
I came up with a new slogan, but there's kids here. I can't tell you what the new slogan is for Express. I said it on the podcast. Y'all go back and listen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad, but you can't put it in like a marketing brochure.
Okay.
Yeah. Clay. Where's Clay at? All right.
Hey.
Y'all make some noise for this guy right here. Come on. Not just because he's my boss, but also he's like a really good guy. Come on. And he's really tall.
Thanks, buddy.
See you, buddy. All right, next up, this guy right here. I don't even know what to say. If you're not keeping up, then shame on you. Ladies and gentlemen, John Soukup. So if you don't know about the National Professional League, if you don't know about the NPFL, I'm doing their live coverage, and this guy is basically the main one we cover at all the tournaments because he's winning them all. He's won 2 of the 3 so far.
That's not true. You've tried not to cover me on day 1 and 2, and it's made me upset.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to force you.
So you get back at it. We didn't cover you in Florida on day 1. We're like, he ain't got this, and then he won.
Yeah.
He made us pay.
No fish in the grass.
Yeah. We're like, this guy, he's just a live scope guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about flipping. Bradley Hallman, my favorite thing that was said during the entire broadcast, he's like, you notice something different about John this week? I'm like, what's that? He said, he's kept his back to the live scope all week. It was so because we got to see it. You follow, dude, and you are as dialed with that live scope forward-facing sonar as anybody I've ever met. We've talked about it on the podcast before, but you are so versatile, man. I think that's what makes you a threat down the stretch in Angler of the Year. What do you like? I mean, what are you thinking? Odds-wise going into these next – we're at the halfway point, and you're not leading. I'd like to point that out. Not leading even with 2 wins.
Because I had a horrible 15th place finish in between my 2 wins.
Terrible. It was no good 15th place finish. You should be ashamed of yourself, John Soukup. Yeah. Those no good 15th place finishes.
So there's 4 of us within, 10 points of each other.
Tight.
We're tied for second. I guess tiebreaker now is like who has the most wins. I didn't know that was actually a tiebreaker. But so somehow they got me in second. I don't know if that's alphabetical order how it is, but Nick Provanicek, man, I knew he was going to be a force coming in this.
He's a freak, and
it's pretty awesome. It's amazing just to have the opportunity. But honestly, I don't like it. But for the NPFL and for all of us, it creates a lot of cool drama coming in the next 3.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I hope going into Grand it's pretty tight.
Yeah,
I do. I know you don't. I hope you hope going into Grand that you got that thing knocked out and you're holding on to it. On that note, how much time do you have in Grand Lake over the years? I mean, it's obviously close to your house. So the Angler of the Year, our final event's going to go down there. 3 events for now. We got a lot of fishing left, but how familiar are you with Grand Lake for folks that don't know?
Okay, so I'm going to answer this very honestly.
Carefully?
Yeah. Grand has been my nemesis of all lakes in Oklahoma.
Okay.
I've never won an event on Grand. I've always spot fished, and I've always told myself I'm doing the wrong thing. I go to Eufaula, Oklahoma, and I win all the time because I don't have spots. I fish open-minded. I've spent the last 3 years going to Grand in the fall, had no idea NPFL was going there, to perfect some things with my fishing. And I've had some moments of what I would consider brilliance out there. And I've tried to force that in a tournament and force that to happen the next day, and I bombed. 3 years in a row I've done it. 3 days on the water, if things line up right, it could look really, really ugly. But I could also come in. It's going to be a very tough event.
Yeah.
And I could really come in and bomb. I know that. It's going to be I've got some special things that I have figured out there. I mean, some special things. But have I been able to actually do it?
Can you give the folks listening what your super secret special Grand Lake things are?
Yeah.
Are you going to wait till after? He just ignored me on that. Did you see that? He just rolled right past that?
Yeah.
Appreciate that, John. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for making me look good in front of the crowd here.
I will tell you this. Right now, I'll put on the limb. I'll go out there. It may only take 9 pounds a day to get a check.
I do think that one will be a tough event. I do think
everybody, but there's 25-pound sacks there.
Yeah, okay.
So one big sack a day, a guy could come in with 9 or 10 pounds, but then figure it out the next day and come in with a 20-pound sack.
What do you think?
So I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see that. So that will be a fun thing.
So you got Pickwick next. You've never been there. You told me. That's my home lake. Of course, can't tell you anything. Wouldn't tell you anything anyways because you don't need any help. You're basically winning everything right now. What do you think about that? Did you get to pre-fish at all? You going to get to go before the cutoff? How's it looking for your crazy schedule?
If you could look my wife in her eyes right now and say, my wife, Molly, can you please let me go pre-practice next week? Can you please
let John go pre-practice? Do you think John needs pre-practice? Soukup family off. Hey, I've got it. You know what? I'm fixing to get in trouble. I'm going to put John really on the spot.
Oh, no.
Did you go to Disney World with those cute kids last week in Florida? Look, hey, everybody in the crowd, look at that. Could you tell that face no? I got on him last week. He wins $50,000. He gets the big trophy. I'm like, you got to go to Disney World. Look, she wants to go to Disney.
I've got a little bit of a super workaholic mentality.
He does.
And it gets in the way sometimes. We didn't go, but I thought it was a family decision not to go because I thought we were going to be here with you. We need to come home and get some rest.
For those of y'all listening on Low Budget Live right now, John's faces, the family faces are definitely disagreeing with the fact that John said they made a family decision.
How long is this live? Can I be here for a while?
Yeah. Can you just stay here for the next 2 days? I don't have any room in my house for you, John. So you better. Yeah, I said, man, you got to go to Disney. You're right here. And you're like, we got the Classic. I got to get back. And I'm like, you better take that baby to the Disney or I'm going to. Can't tell her no. Look right now. Look at that. Look, she's buttering you up right now. She's buttering you up. Is that right? That's what she told me out there. Buttering you up. So, did the Harris win surprise you after practice?
So did Eufaula win. I wasn't expecting to win on Eufaula. I knew I was around fish on Eufaula. I didn't hook a lot of fish in practice. I knew I was around a ton of fish, and the weight just showed up.
Okay.
Now with the Harris chain, I knew I was on big bites when I got them, but I didn't know how many big bites I was going to get throughout the day, depending on the weather and all that. So it really, And I mean, you see the stats. For some reason this year, I haven't been able to just come out and just blast them and take it easy. It's been a grind every day. And I'm like the slow build. I'm down at the bottom, all of a sudden, boom, there's a big one.
Yep.
Slow build, boom, there's a big one. And I was surprised that I was in third after day 2, that I hadn't made it. But I felt after the last day of practice that I was fishing good. I knew that I was fishing well. I knew I wasn't getting caught up. I didn't allow myself to over practice areas. Matter of fact, I fish new water every single day.
Okay.
I barely went back to some of my key spots, and then instead of getting stuck on them, I left. And I fought that inner thing that said, fish here, fish here, fish here. They're here, John. And my gut's like, no, dude, you know better. And I listened to that, and I went and taste tested and proved it. And fortunately, some of those gut decisions were really big decisions. Day 1, decided that I was going to go chatterbaiting and do the whole shad spawn deal. And so I chose a bank that I drove down with my boat but never actually practiced on because it just looked right. And I got in there and I started hitting them, and all of a sudden I came across this dock. And I'd seen the dock 100 times because I drove up and down there, but then I realized that's a little mini marina. That's not a dock. And so I was like, hey, man, shad spawn, mini marina. And it was, every pole, whack. And I'm the only one in there. Everybody else is flipping in the grass. I'm like, I got this world to myself. And all of a sudden, boom, 4.5 pounder. And when you're catching 2s, that 4.5, it really, for me, anything over that 2 3/4 pound range was that, that separator.
Definitely a game changer.
So day 1, I had a 3 and a 4.5 with the chatterbait. So in the first 2 hours, I was already, up there a little bit. So then I went flipping, and I went to, the key stretch that I had caught a 4 and a 7 in practice, and it was snowed over with boats. I couldn't even get in there. So, you know what? I just went practicing. I'm literally jogging. I say jogging. I'm running 30. I'm taking my Express. I'm going 30 miles an hour next to the Kissimmee grass, and I'm just looking where I want to fish. And all of a sudden, I just see a corner of my eye, this patch of grass is thicker, taller, greener.
Yeah.
And I did the whole spin around, second flip, boom, 5.5 pounder, put it in the box, and then I left. I didn't feel like there was any more fish. And by the end of the day, I went down the north shore. This is all on the south shore. I've got about 16 pounds or something like that in the live well. And I just need a couple more pounds. And I caught a couple more 3.5s. And so it jumped me up in that 18-pound class on day 1. Day 2, I was like, well, I'm going to go back to the shad spawn. It feels good to fish. Even if it's 8 pounds, it just feels good to fill your live well.
Have fish in the box, right?
Yeah.
Have fish in the box.
Yeah. So I went back to my magic marina, and there was not a fish there. Gone. So I fished behind the marina, and all of a sudden, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. And I jumped off at 2.5. So I got a live well full, but I got 3 2.5s. That's a good baseline if all your bottom fish are 2.5. So I felt pretty good about that. And I wanted to start flipping again. I picked up the flipping stick a little bit, but it was cloudy and rainy. And so I went to that good stretch that I didn't get a fish on day 1 because it was snowed over with boats. Nobody was there, which told me no one caught them there on day 1. And so I'm like, I got this to myself. And I start flipping, and something in my gut says, quit doing this, ain't right. So I reached down. I'm like, what do I do? I picked up my frog. I looked up, there was a canal. And I took that Express, went over all that Kissimmee grass, drug myself in through the lily pads. And all of a sudden, the canal got a little bit wider, and I could see that there's some hydrilla in there. And I turned the corner, and it just looked like this beautiful, wonderland. And I took that frog and
it looked like the jungle's what it looked like to me on the live coverage.
And all of a sudden, boom, a 5.5 pounder just swallowed the frog, jumping everywhere. I'm like, oh my God. I get in the boat, and I caught another 3. And, you would think you're going to stick with the frog all day long, right? But I poked my head back out of the canal, and the sun was up now. It was no more rain. Put the frog ring down and went back flipping. Ran to the north shore, fished for an hour and a half. I got 16 pounds or something in the live well, 17 somewhere, but I got a couple 2s. And I went for an hour and a half without a bite. And I was about to leave when I took my live scope and I scanned out. And on the front edge of that Kissimmee grass, I saw a big bait ball. And I thought, I'm going to slow down. There's bait right here. And for about 15 flips in a row, it was 12-incher, 14-incher, 14-incher, 12. Just caught him. And I remember, everybody talks about, I hear, you might have said, I've heard a lot of people say in Florida, if there's small ones there's a big one's going to show. And I was telling myself that. Next thing I know, boom, I flipped in there, 6.5, got on the boat, jumped up to 20.5 pounds. I sit there, and I had a balance beam all those 2.5s to Cole. I pulled down. I had to report to you because I could hear you report.
Yeah, I
fish.
get on these guys during the live coverage.
So I do all that. So about 3 minutes, maybe, not fishing. Stand up, next flip, 3 pounder, boom. I get a Cole again. It jumped me up to that 21.5 pound range. and I'm third place after day 2. So day 3, I knew I was just going to keep the big stick in my hand and maybe pick up the frog, and that's what I did. And for the most part, man, at the end of the day, I'm struggling. I got about 11 pounds. I didn't know it was tough on everybody. I've rewatched that day 3.
Tough.
It was tough.
It was a tough day. Yeah, it was not a lot of action on the live. We were falling asleep at times, and then you woke up.
Yeah, I went to my good little sweet spot, and I'm fishing it, and I'm telling myself, man, this is where they were at yesterday. This is what you cut your 6.5 on. But in the back of my mind, in pre-practice, I'd gone out there and I'd flipped for 2 hours, and in one spot I caught a 7-pounder pre-practice, and I told myself, okay, this is my backup plan. I'm going to flip.
Sir, are you authorized to touch that trophy? Sir? Careful.
So I'm flipping where you should, right? Because you caught a 6.5-pounder here. My gut saying, leave. And I don't know if you heard me on the live. I'm like, my brain, it kept on telling me, go.
No doubt.
And I left, and I ran to this spot where I caught a 7, and I start flipping down there, and next thing you know, man, the rod doubles over, 740, and I knew right then. Now, you asked me when I think I had a chance to win. That's when I knew I had a chance to win. All that emotion.
Everything changed with you.
Oh, yeah.
Emotionally in that moment on live. It got insane.
Real.
Yeah, it got real for us. Bradley and I are fist bumping like, dude, we just saw, greatness happen. Speaking of NPFL Live, look, there's Fat Cat.
There he is. He's
over there meeting with low-lifers that are supposed to be listening to this podcast. Thanks a lot, Fat Cat. Hey, Fat Cat, thanks.
Fans.
Thanks for taking people away. It's cool. No big deal. Just come in, do whatever. Oh, that's okay. That's actually really cool. Then play us a song, Curtis Lowe.
I got Grosse and low places where the sun don't shine and dark more spaces. Oh, I got Grosse.
Hey, I got a question because we got some stuff to give away. How many of y'all have seen Fat Cat on NPFL Live coverage? Okay, you got your hand up. Let's throw a T-shirt. Fat Cat, throw an Xpress T-shirt out for me out there to somebody on that NPFL coverage. Got to have your hand up. Y'all fight over them. Come on. That was not near enough like rabid dogs for me. Y'all got it. We got more. Hang on, watch this.
You got to give that guy. Look at that smile.
Yeah, look at that smile. Listen, just because of your smile, sir, look at that.
Yeah, you just made a 45-year-old man a 12.
Yeah, that was. I see. Look. Well, I'm going to throw one more right here. Y'all got to act crazier than that. Come on. This man has won $100,000 in the last month. Come on. All right, here we go. I'm going to do the blind toss.
Oh.
Did you see that grab? Hey, somebody sign her up for the Cowboys. Right there. Ma'am, I don't know your name, but you should go see Jerry Jones immediately. They need those hands. What do y'all think about John Soukup? You think he's a bad man? Big Bad John. John Soukup. Y'all give him a round of applause. We fixing to. We got all kind. I mean, this is like star-studded right here. You got Fat Cat Newton in the crowd, hanging out. I appreciate you, John boy. Y'all go check out the Bass Tank. Them boys know it. Hey, where's your booth at?
2243.
2243 in the what?
Cattle One building.
The Cattle One building. I think John's got a cow in the booth. That's what he just said. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me get this guy up here.
What's up?
Bassmaster Elite Series Professional. Oh, no. My microphone cable didn't like me right there. Caleb Sumrall, what's up, buddy?
Not too much. What y'all up to?
Oh, just talking to some of our closest friends here.
How y'all doing today? Enjoying the show?
Who watched Caleb try to boat flip one on a buzzbait at the Savanne River and lose it? Who watched that?
Oh, no, that's my guy right there. That was on you with me on day 2, right?
Did you marshal?
Not right on takeoff. We caught a 4-pounder on day 2. Day 3. I caught 11 and a half. And I set the hook, and it's just kind of coming at me. And I'm like, oh, man, I got a good one. And I went to boat flip this one, and her mouth catches the gunnel. And she kept doing that. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, I'm a loser. Couldn't do no wrong. Got her in the boat, and I was like, Bubba, that's a big one.
That's a Sabine Giant, dude.
4-pounder. Yep.
Where'd you wind up there?
7th.
I was going to say,
7th.
you top 10. Dude, what's going on this year? It's like all things, you're firing on all cylinders. You're not going to be standing in this booth next year. I'm gonna say that. You're going to be out there doing it at Lake Hartwell.
I like to think that I will be, too. It'd be pretty bad if I did.
Because you're up there right now. If you mess this up, me and Clay are both going to be very upset with you. Right, Clay?
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all can go ahead and never let me live that one down if I mess that one up. No, man, it's just I've been feeling good this year, man. I'm gonna get you a little closer. I gotta play producer and everything. You're good, man. You're good.
There you go.
This year has all been about just staying consistent and having a decent tournament. If it works out, it works out. And I've been going in every tournament with a good mindset. I feel good the whole time I'm fishing. You know the deal.
Yeah.
You just keep the wheels on the bus, keep the bait wet, and if it works out, it works out. And that's kind of how my approach on the whole year has been, riding that momentum.
No doubt.
As best you can.
And dude, you seem like you're taking care of yourself health-wise. You're running all the time. I message you all the time. You inspire me, but you also make me feel like I'm real lazy. Because he'll be like, I just ran 13 miles, y'all. What's up, Instagram? And I'm like, I just got up and had some Cocoa Pebbles. That's how my day started. And then Caleb's out there just doing it.
But
that makes a difference on the water, right?
Big time, dude. Daylight to dark practice. We get out there in the tournament, in the rain, the wind, the waves. Balance on the boat, just how you feel at the end of the day plays into how you make decisions the next day.
No doubt.
It goes hand in hand. And I've never been a fitness junkie type of person. Oh, yep.
Look at that. Look, do you see how quick I found that pin?
Like it.
For those of y'all watching Low Budget Live,
I've never been a fitness junkie.
He's one now, isn't he?
Type of guy. Yeah, I'm hooked. I'm totally hooked.
Who wants a Caleb Sumrall shirt? Hey,
I like it.
Come on in here, look. You too late. Sir, I see you back there waving. You should have got here a little earlier. How about that? We said 1 o'clock. We meant it, didn't we, Caleb?
We did. We're right on time.
It's 1:26. You just showing up.
Yeah.
Daggone.
But, man, I got to tell you, dude, I feel like I've left some meat on the table this year, man. 4 or 5 days of tournament time this year, I have not came in with a limit. And you know how that's tough.
That gets in the head a little bit.
It's like, man,
down the stretch.
You don't get that back.
That's right.
Give me a couple of 1.5 pounders. I'd like to see where I was.
Everybody likes to make fun of dinks, but when you need one, right? I'm with that. So going up north next, how do you shift from? Because it's been a primary. Who wants a T-shirt? Everybody wants a T-shirt.
All right, it's too many hands. I'm just gonna have to chunk.
I look like Dr. J.
You see him?
That's a Dr. J right there.
I'm going to get y'all when I'm done. Little man, little girl, I got y'all when y'all done.
Oh, look at that. Hey, we got other stuff, too.
We got a bunch of stuff. Am I signing all this? What we doing?
Costa, hey, thanks to Costa right here, there across the aisle, they gave us some koozies. Everybody like a koozie. Nobody likes a hot drink. I don't. We're going to have some cold drinks tonight at the library. It's happening tonight. Me
and the wife been kind of closing down Billy Bob's the last couple nights.
I ain't gonna lie. I went to Billy Bob's last night, and I got drugged there. It was against my will.
There, you got drugged.
No, I got drugged, drugged there. And I went to Billy Bob's. I was ashamed, man. I had shorts and flip flops on,
man.
And I like cowboy boots, man. And I went in there. I felt like I was underprepared,
outcast
for sure. Yeah, everybody's looking at me like, where's the golf tournament at? I was standing there, all these guys riding bulls and stuff. It's the only place I've ever been where
you can have PBR and a concert.
Yeah, you got a concert. These guys are bull riding. These people line dancing. I don't know. It was an experience. There were people riding horses outside. I think that was happening.
Welcome.
It was late. But welcome to Texas, I say.
That's right. All right, here we go. Oh.
Hey, will you turn that camera just a little bit? Right there. Thank you. It shifted around on me. I don't know. Look right here. Look. Koozies. Everybody likes koozies. Hey, Costa, here. Go. Oh, look at that.
I like it.
Shame on y'all for being in the back. That lady was excited. Everybody loves Caleb Sumrall.
I appreciate y'all. So we're going north next. I think
going north there. Yeah, that's my next question. I obviously get sidetracked. Everybody that's here that listens to me know this is nothing new for me. Y'all think I get sidetracked when I record this weekly by myself? You ought to do it in front of like 40 people. in the middle of the Classic Expo.
Right.
My ADD, super triggered right now. Yeah, what? We're throwing stuff out. So up north, how does your mindset change when you go from, you're a Louisiana boy, so Sabine River's in your wheelhouse.
Right.
Obviously, Guntersville, the way things have gone this year, a lot of shallow fishing. I mean, we've seen Christie win. We've seen Lowen win. When you're shifting that mindset up there, like, are you focused on just smallmouth, like when you guys go up there, or do you kind of keep an open mind and go either way?
Obviously, when we go to Champlain, my game set there is to go shallow, and if a 4-pound smallmouth eats, it's going to eat. I'm gonna stay.
Right.
I'm gonna stay where I need to stay. Not overthink
But plenty of largemouth there.
Plenty of largemouth there. I know they're going to play. Last year, I learned my lesson with zebra mussels, so I need to get away from them. And that's a big lesson learned. Like, I got the big.
So you saying you lost some because of zebra mussels?
I'm saying there's no line on the planet that can get a big bass out of zebra mussels.
Okay, that's it.
Like a little leprechaun down there just snipping your line the whole time.
That's a terrifying thought, a little leprechaun with some scissors. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of like, pitch my jig in there and then this leprechaun cut my line.
But I learned my lesson, so I just know I got to get away from them zebra mussels, and I'll be all right.
Okay,
Yeah.
So you're going largemouth Champlain?
Largemouth Champlain. St. Lawrence kind of scares me a little bit, but I have caught them there before. So
did you catch them there and make it back to the weigh-in?
That's what we're going to talk about. Yep, I did that.
Does anybody know the Caleb Sumrall St. Lawrence River story from last year? So go ahead,
I'll tell the
Caleb.
story.
Go ahead and tell it. It's not. Hey, this is a good life lesson for you young folks out there. It's a life lesson.
I make a run, a long run, back the other way, and I knew at some point in the day I'd have to get gas. I knew it. Just at some point, there's my gas station, riding up the rivers in Ogdensburg, and about halfway coming back. Well, at about 12:30, my trolling motor breaks. I'm like, okay, this is one of them deals. I got 4 bass, and I know I just need one decent one to make the cut. I was right on the cut line the first day, so I said, all right, if I go to this area, I can at least drift with the current with no trolling motor and maybe catch a bass. So the whole time I'm running thinking about that gas pump just kind of passes me by. And I didn't realize it until I was about 10 miles past the pump and not enough time to run back and get gas and make it back to the weigh-in. So I was like, I think I'm pretty much screwed the pooch on this one. I took off out of there. I just let her eat really slow, about 4,000 RPMs, and I made it about 5 miles, and she just went, whoa.
What went between your ears the second that thing said brrr, right in the middle of St. Lawrence River, and you're like, oh, this gonna be this deal.
This happened. I knew that I pushed it to the last minute too. That was another mistake because it's a river, so I knew I had some certain guys in my flight that were going to be passing me by.
Right.
I watched the last guy. I'm like, oh God, I
got to get in that boat. That was my last ticket home.
I got down and I tried to run him down, and I was right there, and he just.
But you had your entire day's weight DQ'd, right?
I had 15 pounds in the live well. I gave it to another angler.
Okay.
But he was another flight, but you can't do that. So I had a choice to make. You can't ride in. You have to ride in with your fish.
Right.
I did not have a Marshall that day. I had no trolling motor, and I broke down in the middle of the channel
of the St. Lawrence River,
where there's tankers past.
Where all the Chinese stuff that we order on Amazon, that's where they bring it. It's up that river on these big old boats.
I'm sitting in the boat. I'm like, I can't leave my boat here. Like, there's boat traffic everywhere. I'm like, I just can't. So I made the decision to stay with the boat, which wasn't smart. I think I weighed in 4 ounces that day with the late penalty. It got taken away later, but anyway, long story short, I passed up a gas pump, and it cost me 30 points in AOY and a little bit of money.
And some money, and probably $10,000.
Yep, big lesson learned.
Look at who wants another T-shirt? We got Xpress Boats building excitement since 1966 T-shirts. I changed the slogan up this year a little bit. I said, Xpress Boats. If you're not in one,
you're missing out.
Beat. Pretty much. I mean, I feel like it's that way.
Man,
is it not crazy to see what has happened out of these things?
I get so many questions about my boat, and the biggest question I probably get is, why'd you make the switch?
Yeah,
I know you've got
a ton, man. A ton.
It goes into the family and the people that make the boats.
No doubt about it.
That was the first thing that resonated with me. And the biggest thing I tell people is I was at no disadvantage. That was my biggest concern, obviously, is that maybe there'd be some days where I couldn't go. Rest assured.
Well, you get asked that a lot. They're like, "Oh, you're going from a fiberglass boat to an aluminum boat." Oh, man, you're going to be at a disadvantage sometimes.
Nope.
You're not in this X21 at all.
The best way I can explain it to people is there'll never be a day where 100 boats are blasting off crossing Lake Champlain and I can't go.
Exactly right. It's mind blowing.
I will pass glass boats up.
For sure.
Like the first day I seen that, we were at Winya Bay making that 2-hour-long run to the Cooper River, and I was in another boat.
Did you have to get gas?
I got gas twice.
I just had to ask. It's a long run.
It was a long run. And I was in another boat, and we were crossing Charleston Bay, and I had an Xpress boat, one of the other guys, walk the dog on me in a chop. And I'm like...
And this is before you were running one?
Before I was running one, I'm like, all right, I see that boat. I see y'all. I mean, it was impressive. I said, he's either getting his stuff kicked in and just letting her eat, because I was kind of getting it. And when I saw who it was, I'm like, nope, he wasn't getting his stuff kicked in. It was Bill Lowen.
It's Billy.
It's Bill Lowen. He's not going to drive the boat.
No.
But he walked the dog on me doing 60 in a chop in one of these boats. And I said,
impressive.
And Mr. Clay reached out to me at the end of that year, and I said, I am so glad you called, because I am very interested. My interest has been through the roof. The shallow water draft, I guide 3 people out of my boat a lot.
Yeah.
And you have
I got a kid. Yeah, I got kids loaded up in mine all the time.
How awesome does it fish with 4 people
it's
in
killer.
the boat?
Yeah, it's
like I was concerned.
So much room.
You get a guy right here, it'd be right. Dude, it's so stable.
It never moves. It actually surprises me, like with a camera guy in the boat or whatever. Yeah, it's super stable.
That was a big deal with me too. Another thing too was like, the noise. I like to be really silent, really quiet when I'm
shallow water guy. Yeah.
I was concerned about like the aluminum vibrating. My man right here knows. He rode with me on day 3.
So you marshaled for Caleb out of an Xpress. What did you think? We're up here giving salespeople. What did you think about your ride in X21? No pressure, just the owner of the company and everybody else is listening. Go ahead. Run a champion, okay. Okay, so your dad's got an Xpress.
He's getting an Xpress. How about that?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening right now, this man has a champion for sale. Selling a champion bass boat, and he's going to get an X21. Maybe it'll be this. I like this one.
That's right.
I like this one right here. This is good. It's clean.
Clean. I mean, dude, that's like I was telling him. You're not at any disadvantage. It fishes so well. At Pickwick, at the tail race, I fished the tail race.
Yeah, that's right. Up there in my neck of the woods.
I feel like I could hold in that current.
1,000,000%.
Way better. I could get closer to that strong stuff. A little too close.
Yeah, y'all are crazy, but it's all right.
You don't know the half of it. I bought an anchor.
Oh, you're crazy. Yeah, we'll talk about that off camera. About you putting your life and limb at risk for a smallmouth bass. Y'all are crazy. When Steve Kennedy ran up there during that live coverage and all but jumped over places that you can walk most of the time, I'm like, oh yeah, it wasn't good.
I was there too.
Yeah, I know. I can see it. I can see it. Well, dude, I think that it's awesome what you're doing out there this year, man.
Thank you.
And you're an inspiration. I love keeping up with everything you do. You run around with a pretty rough crew out there on tour, but
that's right.
I know you're proud for your boy Lee.
Yep, big time.
He's a good man, and I'm proud for y'all. And I can't wait to see you in this thing at Lake Hartwell. And Hartwell sets up pretty good for you, I feel like.
That's the reason I'm here, because of Lake Hartwell.
No doubt.
I won the nation tournament.
That's right. You know it fairly well.
Spent a lot of time there.
A little bit of time there, so we hope to see an Xpress. Y'all give it up, Caleb Sumrall.
Thank y'all.
Dude, y'all come out tonight. Hang out.
We might. What time y'all start?
We start like 7.
We'll
play
early.
music.
Okay,
We'll be
so
here all night.
we can do library and Billy Bob.
Dang right, you can do it all, son. You can do it all. Yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all make some noise. This fella right here has one of the most amazing places in the United States that he's in charge of. Y'all give it up for Doug Miller, Grosse Savanne, Xpress Outdoors. Here, look, you're vertically challenged like I am. Let's get this down here for you.
So I go ahead. We can make this really short.
Okay.
I am totally the opposite of Caleb.
You're not a talker?
I hate running. I'm not in shape. I'm slightly overweight.
You're not an inspiration?
Not at all. In fact, I like Dr. Pepper, and I've been accused of having an affair with Little Debbie's cake.
Yeah, listen, Little Debbie is one of my best friends in life. She has been for a long time.
I live by them. That's breakfast every morning.
What's your favorite Little Debbie? We'll just get this thing started off right with some information that people want.
I change it up quite a bit. Every now and then I get tired of them, but oatmeal cakes is hard to beat.
Well, I get in on them cosmic brownies. I ain't gonna lie. I like them cosmic brownies.
Well, we got them. Sam's is our wholesale club.
Yeah.
We buy them by the case. So
okay, y'all keep them down there at the lodge?
That and a lot more food there. We got
y'all. Every time I see a post about the food, I'm like, I'll just move in down there between the fishing and the food.
Grosse is just a phenomenal place. When you can take
beautiful.
When you take some of the best bass fishing, saltwater fishing, duck and goose hunting, even alligator hunting. And then you put a very nice lodge, 12,000 square foot with fine dining every night. It's the most incredible experience.
It's heaven.
It is.
That's what heaven is. In real life, that's heaven right there on earth, there.
I get a lot of invites with Xpress Outdoors to go places, and I really love to see new stuff, but it's always great to come back home to Grosse.
No doubt about it. And Clay's trying to get me down there. We've tried to work it out a couple times this year, but I've got too many irons in the fire to go fishing. That's a problem, right?
You're going to make time, though.
I'm going to make time.
Clay kind of jokes about it. When you take a hit of the crack pipe down at
That's it.
Coming back.
There's no coming back. So how did all the hurricane stuff last year down in the Lake Charles area, you guys got hammered?
Man, it's been a crazy year for the people in Lake Charles. It actually started back in March with COVID.
Yeah.
All that big scare came up, and everybody was kind of operating lightly. And then at the end of August, we had Hurricane Laura, one of the biggest hurricanes to hit our area.
Ever, yeah.
It was a Cat 4 is what they recorded it, but it was only a couple of miles an hour shy of a 5, and there's actually a debate whether it was a 5, but just south of our lodge, we had recorded 203 mile an hour winds.
Unbelievable.
We were about 2 miles from the eye of the hurricane. And fortunately, our lodge didn't do terrible. The building held up fairly well, blew the doors open, some things that we could have fixed before duck season. And we were on track to get all that done and be operating by November. But if you ever follow the news, again in October, 6 weeks later.
Here we go again.
Hurricane Delta. 2 miles to the opposite direction, passed right through, 100-some mile an hour winds, actually lifted portions of the roof. And so at that point we said, look, we can't make duck season, so let's just call timeout, get this thing remodeled, and get back to the old Grosse that we like.
What's it looking like right now in June 2021? You starting to make progress?
We actually didn't quit operating. We had an off-site facility that was a nice little farmhouse remodeled. We can do 4 to 6 people, and so we never missed business. We went right back to hunting and fishing. And believe it or not, the fishing has been incredible since the hurricane.
Okay.
Our lakes were built just slightly into the storm surge. Our levees were tall enough, so we didn't have any impacts on our bass ponds.
So no saltwater intrusion.
Nothing in the bass ponds. If anything, it made them better because some of the first lake, Miller's Lake, is 10 years old, and you know how succession sets in and a lot of overgrowth. The winds actually blew all of the lilies out of the lake. The water hyacinths were gone. The lake's perfectly clean. And it has just been on fire.
It was a natural
setback.
That's crazy.
Natural setback. So other than getting back in our building, which September 1st is going to be our opening, hopefully. That's our target date, and that'll be opening day of alligator season. It's always a cool week and a half. The year before the hurricane hit, we harvested over 400 alligators in 10 days. So it's a run and gun.
That seems like a lot of alligators. I'm not going to lie.
September is a phenomenal time of the year because if you can hit the quadfect at Grosse, which Mark Copley with Strike King did, you can do alligators. Then we transition into teal season on the Saturday that it opens, plus bass fish and redfish all in the same weekend. So
I think I could use a dose of that in life.
It sure make you feel good.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it. What about these Xpress boats? You spend a lot of time in them, to say the least, down there, and y'all operating a big outfit down there.
We've got 11 Xpress boats, and 9 of them were actually custom built for us with a little different layout that's not available to public. But we also use the shallow water bay boats because we do all our water is shallow water running.
Oh yeah.
Our lakes, bass lakes, will run 3 to 4 feet deep. But when we get out in the redfish marsh, we're running in really skinny water. And the Xpress boat with a tunnel hull, hydraulic jack plate, and Yamaha, it's been the best fit we've ever had. We can go anywhere we want. One of the things that's most impressive to me is our boats hit the water every day, and you got redfish, slime, speckled trout, alligators. The extreme coat here that they've got, we Clorox them every day, power wash them out, clean them up, and this stuff has not missed a lick. It is the
It
most
doesn't get
perfect-
slick at all. Yeah,
Not
it's like
at
the
all.
sea deck.
Not
It's
at all,
it's
yeah.
awesome. You spray
So-
it out and go on about your business.
Express, joining the guys at Express has just been a perfect fit for Grosse.
Have you had fun with the Xpress Outdoors?
That's been a really cool thing too. I totally didn't expect to be able to do that, but when the guys asked me, I said, heck, let's try it. We did one show. Bill Lone and I was up on Kentucky
Yeah.
Lake, and then they called me back and said, hey, man, you did one. Why don't we do them all? And I'm like, hey, I'm in, So.
And then all of a sudden you're a host. That's kind of how it happens. Trust me.
Yeah, so it's been kind of cool ride.
Be careful what you ask for, though.
Well, I'm learning as I go because all the people that know me is I'm not a huge personality, and this is not my wheelhouse. I would much rather be fishing somewhere right now with my friends.
Hey, I'm with that, but I appreciate you.
But it's always a good time. We get to meet great people like you, and hope to get you down to Grosse.
Hey, we're going to do that.
So,
hey, y'all make some noise for Doug Miller from Grosse Savanne.
Yeah.
If y'all need to go follow that place on Facebook, Instagram, the whole nine. It is incredible.
check out our Instagram page. We try to keep up daily with all the catches, and we have a website, grossesavanne.com, and especially pay attention after September. We'll be back online. So, appreciate y'all.
All right, Doug Miller, right there, Low Budget Live, at the Xpress booth.
Grosse Savanne Lodge.
Grosse Savanne, yeah, check them out. They do the thing. This next guy we got coming up here is I don't really know him that well. Don't know him that well at all. So we kicked it off with John Soukup and Rory Herndon, and now we got Mr. Brad Fuller. This is the man with the National Professional Fishing League.
One of
the men.
Yeah, one of the men.
He's the guy that when his phone number pops up on my phone, I'm like, I'm definitely in trouble. Definitely in trouble when he calls me.
And it does pop up.
And it does pop up a lot, actually. Like he has to keep me in line out here doing the live coverage. But Brad is one of three guys that started the National Professional Fishing League. Of course, Xpress Boats has been a pretty big storyline for us.
We've seen it
there,
around
Brad.
a time or two, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we've got some Expresses over there, and we've got one guy in particular, John Soukup, who we started with. He's won two of the three. I want to start there.
Okay.
We just left Florida. Great event, unbelievable event. Were you surprised that Hookup got win number 2 at the Harris Chain? Because we talk a lot off camera. You know all the anglers very well. You've dealt with these guys since the beginning of when they all signed up.
I'll be very honest with you. I was surprised, and not because that John's not capable, but based on his practice. So I keep a very close touch with all the guys as they walk through their practice, and he wasn't there. You know what I mean? There were other guys who had a better practice.
Super confident.
Yes, but that quickly, as soon as you see that look, you know the look I'm talking about. And when I saw that look, I'm like,
everything changed.
This could be dangerous. So, and he's a closer, man. He knows how to win, right?
100%.
So when you have somebody who knows how to win, they have the look, and when they start to feel it, I think everybody knows. Yeah.
Listen, his entire demeanor changed on that final day on live.
I would even say on day 2, right? Like,
for sure.
Because he knew he could see it coming together in his mind.
That's right.
And he literally just willed his way into being able to do it.
Were you upset that he didn't take his cute kids to Disney World?
I was.
Because I was.
Yeah.
I was very upset about that.
Yeah. When I talked to him on the way home, I had a 14-and-a-half-hour drive home just like he did, and he was behind me. I was like, you're never going to – this is bad, John. This is bad.
Yeah, I was texting. I gave John Boy a hard time about not taking his kids to Disney. What's up, young man? How are you? You coming in for the podcast? Well, he just called him out right there on the spot.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Free T-shirts.
One of them's going to say yeah.
Yeah. The low-lifers are dissipating.
But, man, I've been super happy with, like, John's a great champion. Keith's a great champion. We've got so many people that are on the cusp and ready to be a champion. Right? Like, I'm excited. I know what's out there. I know what is in the realm of possibility for these guys. And I know that the world is ready to receive them, because there's some dudes who, like, listen, no one's going to walk away with this thing.
They kind of flew under the radar before NPFL, right? These are guys that are great fishermen, but the NPFL is giving them that stage.
Yeah, I got to ask a cool question in a different way a little bit earlier today, and they said, hey, what does that patch mean on your hat? I was like, And it just, like, you've done this to me a few times, and I'm like, you got it. I said, it means opportunity.
No doubt.
There's a lot of guys who are getting the opportunity that never would have got that anywhere else, and they've earned it. And now they're there and they're taking advantage of it. So it's great to
1,000,000%.
see, you look at our top 5, 6, but then you look down the field, man, and there's some guys who, by their own admission, have underperformed. And it's time for them to step up and take advantage of the opportunity that's in front of them.
It's going to be going into Grand Lake by the end of this year. We're all going to be crazy. I think
it's going to look a lot different. I really believe that everything that you see now with regards to AOY points and winners, I think it's going to look a lot different. We're getting ready to delve into some areas where the guys haven't had to be technique-wise yet. You know what I mean?
I would agree. I get what you're saying.
And then now we're going to throw. Then event 5, we're going to throw a smallmouth little deal at
curveball. Yeah,
right on
the
a
next
tough
two
fishery.
are a curve. I feel like.
Yeah, and then but look, dude, I spent a lot of time on Grand in October, and it can be a curveball. It is a giant curveball, right?
Tough fishery.
So it's going to be interesting.
I think so. Speaking of interesting, I see Fat Cat Newton again, just roaming around, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, I don't know. I swear he hired twins or doppelgangers or clones for this event.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like, hey,
everywhere.
he's here. He's there. He
Speaking
is a big
of everywhere,
cat.
somebody else that's everywhere. Justin Atkins, cutest baby ever, Cooper Atkins, making an appearance. Coop, is he asleep? He's down. He's waving. He's waving. He's waving. No offense to any other baby that's here. Cutest baby at the Classic.
It is that world.
1,000,000%. Cutest baby at the Classic.
They should have that. Cutest baby at the Classic contest.
They did right here, Low Budget Live. We just named it. He just won it. Congratulations, Coop.
We make things happen, people.
We did. We knocked that out. He's the. I tell my kids that. I'm like, why couldn't you have been cuter? Couldn't you have been more like Cooper when you were little? Cooper Atkins. So, what are you expecting from Pickwick next? I mean, are we going to see a shakeup in the AOY?
Yes.
You think this?
Well, I mean, when you say shakeup, I think it's going to tighten up.
Okay.
A lot.
Even more.
I think even more. If you look at it now, while I was being driven down here, Michelle, and
shout out, boss lady.
Yeah. So 6 to 7s, there's a gap there. I think that gap will tighten up a lot.
I would agree.
But look, dude, you look Keith Carson, David Gaston, John Soukup, Mark Schilling.
For sure.
Nick Provanizak, like those dudes are going to be hard to beat.
They're fishing out of their mind right now, too.
And the field is mad about it. Trust me, I take the calls. They're mad about it. Now, what I told them was, go get them.
Every problem a fisherman has in life can be solved by just catching more fish.
Bro, yeah, like
right?
it all goes away when you catch
pay
them.
more places, catch more fish.
Right.
That's the whole argument.
And it's good for the industry, and it's good for us. It's good for the anglers. Like, I want hard competition, man. I want it.
We want it knotted up.
Right. I want it tight because it's a reflection of our environment. You know what I mean? Where it's very, very, very competitive, and the cream will rise to the top.
It always does.
It always
see it
does.
every week.
But man, there's 36 guys in the league right now that haven't cast a check yet.
36.
36.
Okay.
So those guys got some work to do, man.
They got it. Could be some long faces. So something interesting you told me yesterday. Bass fishing to your core. Never been to the Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah,
you are a rookie.
Yeah, man, it's just this time of year is before NPFL and when I was going overseas, this was the typical time because I line everything up to be home for bow season. So when you start backing your rotations up, going overseas as a contractor and as a military,
right?
This was the cycle where I would be overseas almost every year. It also happens to be the cycle when I would be for my anniversary.
Okay.
So I know this very, very well.
Important deals.
So I've never been to a Classic. First one, I was actually going to go to work at a real job this week, and some people reached out and said, hey, man, I really think it'd be a mistake for you not to be here to just
be at Low Budget Live?
Be on Low Budget Live.
I didn't know.
And there's another live tonight that I was like, I'm going.
Downtown Library Bar.
So I'm excited. But, dude, just to see, we are here to pay homage and support bass.
No doubt.
Right? Like,
the Godfather.
I even debated where to wear my patch on my hat, right? But I want Bass to know, and I want Bruce and everyone to know, we are here in full support of Bass. We are here to pay homage to the greatest bass tournament that ever will be.
Right.
And that includes us, right? Like, I think it's important for the NPFL and the fans to understand who we are and who we're not.
And what we want to be.
Right?
For sure.
And there's nothing wrong. Look, I'm here to support Keith, right? I text him on the way down, like, bro, I'm coming.
Keith,
Natalie,
shout out Keith Carson.
Yeah, Natalie put us in the family section yesterday at the weigh-in. So
nice.
Not only did I get to go to my first Classic weigh-in, but I was literally like, I was 3 rows off of center stage, man. It was awesome.
That's close.
Yeah, so it was ruined. And so, dude, this is just a phenomenal place to come and to fellowship with fellow bass heads and people in the industry who share your like-mindedness for making it a better place to live and work.
No doubt. It's fun. It's fun just being around everybody, all the low-lifers, all the I like that hat. I do. I love the feather. Did you get the feather yourself or did it come with the hat? I like it. Okay. I knew there was a story. There's always a story behind it. Sitting here at the Xpress Boat just having a big time. People coming by and checking out this X21 right in the middle of
this boat
low
is bad.
budget live.
This boat is like I've never seen one up this close and in person before. You know what I mean? Like,
don't stand too close. You'll have it hooked to the back of that truck going back to Missouri.
Yeah.
Trust me.
There's a little 5'3" piece of venom that says that won't happen.
I bet we could talk her into it. I bet we could talk her into it. Hey Clay, I'm gonna get one more guy up here. You gotta help us shut it down here. I think.
What's that?
I think we got to get some Clay Connor on here.
We don't need any Clay Connor.
Well, you don't think so on LBL?
No, absolutely not. With this fine talent.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I got you a microphone. I got you ready to go right there. Wind this thing down just with you talking about.
Absolutely not. We've got. Look who else stepped in.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Get him on this mic right here. Hey Bobby, get your life right, ladies and gentlemen. Cat, the big Cat Newton, right there, live at the Xpress Boats. Let me turn your microphone on.
I don't even know what's going on.
You probably can't hear that. I don't even think those are plugged in.
Top-notch operation here, guys. Top-notch.
Yeah, this is really, it's kind of a first-class setup.
Are we supposed to hear these?
Actually, hang on.
Have you tried plugging them in?
Let me see. They're not plugged in.
They're not plugged in, guys. Not plugged in. So.
Again, low budget. Again,
low expectation live. Oh, should I talk into the mic? Does that help?
Now you're there.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, what's cracking?
Hey there, fellow. What's happening? You guys have been killing, man. This NPFL thing I hear is doing pretty good.
It's pretty good. We need to tighten up some of our live coverage stuff, I think, a little bit. The ownership group, though, great guys.
Top-notch guys.
Some of the best people I know. They're really doing a great job.
Even though they wear pink shirts. Whatever.
Listen, I was dressed. This was like, I wasn't given a choice. You will wear this. So don't get on me
Mama
about
did that?
Second of all, I want everyone in LBL land to fully understand and appreciate this right here is what I deal with 7 days during our event. Yes. Not only am I trying to wrangle and rope in 110 anglers, I'm trying to work with the cities and the chambers to make sure they're happy and satisfied. I'm doing it all while just go do your thing and blah, blah, blah. Like it's a lot.
It's babysitting, a little bit of babysitting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot
Picking
of
up after us, telling us where to go, when to be back.
They turned us loose on the most, swag golf course. That's the only way I can describe it. Fat Cat had the 3-wheeler out on the golf course. That leaks gas.
Oh, yeah. Is this secret time?
Is this secret time? I think so.
So they brought this to me and said, Brad, we were literally, so for some reason, they put us at a resort, like they were having a legitimate LPGA.
Yes. Those are very different things.
Slow down.
So they were having a qualifier tournament, and they bring this to me, and they're like, hey, we want to do this, man. I was like, look, man, you guys you're not golfers. You don't understand. There is no way they're going to let you anywhere near a golf course with a 3-wheeler and a bunch of fishing rods with golf balls tied onto the end of them. Ain't happening.
But let's remind you guys that it was in Florida, so we kind of fit in. They actually used 3-wheelers in Florida for golf carts.
And Bowie nice to get to get their golf balls.
Mission Inn was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, dude,
we did not belong there. I pulled in, dude. I got an old F350 and I got a 3-wheeler in the back of it with a fish mounted to it. The looks I got pulling into Beverly Hills golf course was not good.
So
but they were very nice.
He arrived before I did, and I pulled in, and I told my wife, I'm like, hey, Michelle, watch this. I put him on speaker. I called, and I said, B. He goes, yeah, man. I said, are you here? Yeah. I said, well, I know you're there because I got a call from the hotel already. and you can hear his voice. He's like, what's up, man?
What did I do?
I said, dude, you got to lose the 3-wheeler. They are not happy about that 3-wheeler in the parking lot. He's like, oh, man.
I believed it 100% because Margaret, when I came in there, she said, let's out the back of your truck. Is that your bonus? Are you going to pull that out of the golf course? No, Margaret, it's just for looks. Just for looks. What do you mean it's just for looks? So She was very nice. Margaret, if you're out there, I hope everything's going good.
Margaret loves
the oatmeal
LBL.
cookies were awesome.
Loves
so
LBL.
Yeah,
love you.
but it was fun.
Love you, miss you. Margaret.
Love you, miss you. We'll be back. I don't know if we'll be back to Mission Inn, but we'll be back to Florida for
I'm
sure.
going to lean towards we're probably never going to be invited back there again.
They were very...
Every night after the tournament, we just took over all their golf course ponds and fished before dark. And I'm not talking about like just me and maybe one other guy. Imagine the biggest assortment of rednecks you've ever seen in flip-flops fishing all these ponds at the most incredible golf course anybody's ever stood on.
Luke, who do you think caught the biggest fish down there in those golf course ponds while we were there?
Well, thanks for coming out, Brad. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I may have it on video.
Yeah, we do have it
So
on
he stuck one on the video. We're at this fancy golf course, and Bobby and Terrence are riding by in their nice car. They stop. And I'm like, oh, this is not good.
And I'm like,
they're watching. Yeah, him and Mudhole like, yeah. And he's getting the 4 or 5 pounder up, moving it with his foot, and they pick it up. So he turns and shakes it at him. And I'm like, this is not going to be good.
This is where it goes
They
down,
rolled the
right?
window down and gave us a thumbs up.
Every golf cart I saw coming by just kind of tense up, hide in the bushes a little bit.
I will say the only thing that I was disappointed about was when the cart came by, the drink cart came through at that golf course, and they did not have Vienna sausages.
He was
devastated.
He was immediately let down by that. I will say that. What do you think about this classic thing, Fat Cat?
It's awesome, dude.
We're all back in business. What do you think?
I think it's phenomenal. I think it's good. And here's the deal: like this classic in particular, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on in different places, right?
Yeah, it's hard to gauge. Yeah,
it is hard to gauge. And like they're doing the best they can do at organizing. It has been hot as Hades. They're trying to do the best with that. But even on the Bassmaster Classic's worst day, it's still the best fishing event in the game, hands down, no doubt about it. So to give the guys at Bassmaster their props, that it's incredible what they do and what they put on. And Texas, the show out they've done is incredible. Like, yeah, dude, it's the Bassmaster Classic. You can't say anything bad about
Catalina wine mixer.
No doubt, dude. It's a Catalina wine mixer.
It is, for sure. This is his first time.
No, is it really?
First
he gave you a prop. I don't know if you were listening, but he said you're the hardest working man here.
I'd have to agree with that. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, I never would. If you're a company or you're a person and you associate your brand with me, I feel like if I got to, I don't know, dude.
Show up and show out.
Yeah, pretty much. And then talk trash about all the competing companies as much as possible. No, I'm just
That's really what we're doing here. We're fixing to go into a bashing session about the other boats that are in the same
This is how we run things. Like this is...
Yeah, you see this pile of wires here? All of you that are judging me right now, I know what each one of these does and where it's connected, okay? It was early this morning. I was a little foggy. I went to, Billy Bob's last night.
So you know who's watching this right now, right? And they're cringing.
Everybody.
Magic Steve, our tech guy,
yeah.
right? He's like,
listen,
that's terrible cable management.
No, cable management is terrible. Thank goodness Steve's not here to tell me that.
But guess what? We're live.
We are live. Yeah, we're well.
Yeah, I know you guys have already talked about like how like the NPFL, how we're 3 tournaments deep so far. All 3 have been won in aluminum rigs.
Aluminum boats.
2 out of those 3 have been the Xpress.
Yeah.
John Soukup.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about it, but I still want to give John some love because
man.
That dude deserves it.
But
top notch.
How many? I think we're at 6 major wins this year out of aluminum.
Is that right?
Across all tournament trails, 6 wins out of aluminum.
It's a movement. There's no doubt about it. It's a movement.
I think maybe 7. I may be missing one.
87.
87. It's when you won 2. Let's get to that.
We can talk about it.
2 Bassmaster Classic victories in your lifetime, both in the same year.
I won back-to-back classics in 87. George Cochran might disagree with that. And I'm still upset with Bassmaster because when you come in, my 87 flag is
no banner.
Still says George Cochran on it.
No hanging a banner for the big cat.
I don't know what the deal is with that, but
why do you think that? I mean, is that
just because I failed when they gave me the drug test? I failed it for steroids. And it hasn't been the same since.
I was
trying to bulk up, man. I know them guys do 15, 20,000 casts a day, so I was just trying to.
No doubt.
When you're out there, you got your rigs lined up with Florida carbon and tungskin and all that stuff. You have to be on point with your muscles. And we all know how I work out.
It's a
strongest
big deal
muscle in your body is your brain. That's why I wake up every morning and do 200 push-ups in my mind. I'm just regurgitating old content because I don't have anything else going on. Don't worry about it.
Dude, I thought you was going to do the whole,
whole spiel.
That was the best video. That was the best classic video ever. I'll give myself the props.
No doubt. So, it was great.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Well, your gift to the world.
I appreciate both of you fellas and getting to work with y'all. And We're going to see these guys tonight, Library Bar, downtown Fort Worth. If you're old enough to be there, be there. But I see a man that has snuck in that is we have been waiting on. We've been waiting on.
Fodder filler.
Don't give him my headphones because they are soaking wet right now. I'm gonna promise you. Why? It'll probably be like a string of snot goes like. It'll probably be like that.
We're gonna put him. Gonna put him right here. He's down there talking.
Toodles,
ladies and gentlemen. Fat Cat Newton, Brad Ford.
Everybody, thank you all for letting me waste your time.
Bebopping and flip flopping. That's what he says.
Running your lips and shaking your head.
Running your lips, shaking it. He said the other day, running lips, eating chips. Yeah, throw it this way. Thank y'all so much for coming out. We got one more. He's a bad dude over here, too. A bad man. Full disclosure, this guy scares me more than anybody in the fishing world or real life. He's like super intimidating. Tough guy. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Jason Christie. Come on. Here, I'll get you some. This young man's right here. Grab these, grab you some headphones, and you can speak into yonder mic right there. This one right here. Oh, you good right here. Either one, whichever one.
I want a social distance.
Are you social distancing?
Yep.
You're such a social distancer.
But you're the only person I want a social distance from.
You know what? I feel like you were social distancing before social distancing was cool.
I was the creator of social distancing.
I was going to say, you are kind of the original social distancer.
Yes, sir. Don't get around me when I'm fishing, deer hunting, or eating. Either one.
Any of those,
yep.
And you'll be all right. So, a little weird standing at the Classic, not out there fishing for the trophy? How many times have you been asked that today?
Well, I've attempted to stab myself in the neck about 20 times, but I can't penetrate. It really, really hurts not being out there. I can't even watch the video, the green bushes and stuff. And, it's just part of it. It's part of the price. And hopefully all debts will be paid this year, and next year I'll be back out there.
Well, I mean, got a pretty good chance at making it this year, right? We're sitting what? Sitting pretty. Second place?
I think by doing the math, I'm in for sure. I don't think I have to catch one, but
for the rest of the year, you don't have to catch a bass, and you'll be at the bass. Y'all make a little bit of noise for that. Yeah. This man has got 3 events left and doesn't even have to catch a fit. Only two?
Yep.
I thought there was 3.
No,
Sorry.
2 events.
I only cover the sport,
Yep.
I don't know anything about any of this stuff. Just talk. 2 events left up north.
Yeah.
We're gonna give away some T-shirts. Jason Christie's gonna sign a T-shirt. Be second place AOY. I'm gonna. This is something I think everybody wants to know. Can you run down Fighter? Can it happen mathematically? Have you looked at it? He's got a big jump. Going up north, 2 events left. What do you think? What do you like your shots for Angler of the Year?
Well, here's the thing. I feel like if I would have fished in the previous years, the same year like I am this year, I would have won.
Okay.
Because I've had one subpar finish, not a bad finish. I've had 4 top 5s out of 7 events, and the other 3 finishes are good. It's just the fact that Seth has not finished outside the top 20.
And you missed the cut. First one, St. John's, and that's the difference maker right now, right? Pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much. Here's the thing. I have 4 top 10s, and I would have had to finish in the top 20 in that to be, neck and neck with him. But here's the thing. I've been in that position before. I've led it. I finished second. I've never won it. But, things get tight towards the end. And I could not pick a better place to go than north, because you get up there and you start fishing. You catch 17 pounds, you lose time. You kind of lose time throughout the day. You catch 17 pounds, you think you're doing good. You come in, you're in 60.
I was going to say 60th place potentially up there, because there's so many 3 to 3.5 pound fish up there.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But the cool thing is I kind of get to take the next month off. I'm going to go fun fishing. I'm going to try to run him down. Even if he wins it, I don't want him to win it easy.
You don't want him to be comfortable.
No,
you want him to be thinking about the man from Oklahoma going into the last tournament, right?
Yeah, I want him to definitely be thinking that I'm on his heels. And, I feel like if I can gain 15, 20, 30 points on him in the next event, then it might get interesting in the last one. But here's the thing. We're going to his wheelhouse. So, and if it's one of those deals, he beats me, and and we'll try again next year. Hopefully we have about 10 or 15 more years of this.
I feel like you do.
I don't know. I don't know. Whenever you deal with people like this all the time.
Are you blaming Clay for an early retirement?
Yeah, I might retire at the end of this year. No,
Clay, what are you doing to this man?
Yeah. You know, it's the time in my life where everything's good, health-wise is good, fishing good. I might go for 25 years. I might go for 5 years. You just really never know.
There are a lot of people that are going to listen to this that fish the Elite Series that hope that that's not going to be the case.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to be like, hey, let's see if we can get him on that 3 years and then retire program.
Right.
So, dude, huge change this year. Came back from BPT. You're back on the Elites. I've had you on the podcast. We've talked about it, but also a huge change for you fishing out of this X21 and so far, so good.
Yeah.
Second AOI, you won a tournament. I mean, it seems to be working for you.
Yeah, it is. It's been the switch. It was hard. I was in the same place for a long time, but it's been, with the people at Xpress, it's been opening. The boat is great. Boats are kind of like women. They're either good or they're bad.
Whoa, careful.
Yeah,
careful.
Well, there's no in between.
My wife's not here, but
they're
so
either,
you can say that.
They're either good or bad.
Okay.
And I'm talking about luck wise. And the one I have has been great. We've done a lot of things. We've made a lot of good TV. I've gotten more compliments, more reaction from the Savanne show. Making the long run, jumping logs and stuff, and getting back. So it's been great, and hopefully we got a lot of years left.
No doubt about it, man.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Do you get a ton of questions about your boat when you're on the road with the C deck and everything? I feel like I get this year, obviously I made the switch this year too to Xpress. More questions about this sitting at a gas station, social media. Everybody's got questions. Do you experience that out there?
I mean, times 5. I'm known for the, Falcon rods, Lew's, Booyah, the spinnerbait and all that stuff, and I get more questions about this. And I think the reason being is a lot of people have been on the fence, the past several years, and to now, to put the people in the living room in my boat.
Yeah, on Bass Live.
Yeah, on Bass Live, and they see that they do the same things. They can do the same things that I can do out of this boat. If I can win out of this boat, they can win, and there's just so many people. I actually had my first negative response yesterday about Xpress. The guy's like, I want to buy one. Where can I get one? I can't find one anywhere. Well, there's a reason he can't find one anywhere, because everybody else is
sold out the store.
Yeah.
The store is sold out, ladies and gentlemen.
So that's negative for him.
We'll sell you this one right here, though. Any of y'all listen to this, we'll sell you. Y'all come get with me and Jason at this. We'll split the money. Don't tell Rory. Don't tell Clay. We'll be all right.
Yeah. No, it's all been good, and there's a lot, like you said, a lot of questions. The C deck is it's something that, they're gonna hate me. I can see putting this flooring in my deer stands. It stay dry, stay slick.
Hey, Mr. C Deck, this is Jason.
Yeah.
I need some more for the shooting house, please. And can you put the Falcon logo in the floor?
Absolutely.
I can see you doing that.
Absolutely.
And all your deer killing that you do.
Yeah.
Who wants a Jason Christie autograph shirt? I mean, I think Amanda Masters right here. Look at this. Your #1 fan.
Oh my
Look at
goodness.
that. Garmin represented over here.
Is this undercover boss?
I think it is undercover boss for you and I both.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a big shout out to Garmin for supporting Low Budget Life.
Yeah.
And Amanda for being awesome. All you guys that want to be sponsored by Garmin.
Here is her cell phone number.
Here's her cell phone number, her Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. She's TikTok famous, ladies and gentlemen. Show of hands, who watched this guy win at the Savanne River out of this boat? Show of hands whenever you heard him talking about being able to be in his boat and you can go do what he did. Did you think, yeah, I can't go do what he does because I watch him throw that spinnerbait and I can't do that? Were you thinking that? The whole time he's like, yeah, you can do what I do. No, we can't, because he's Jason Christie and we're all mere mortals. This guy is unbelievable. I appreciate you coming on LBL. You've been on a couple times. We did Boats and Pros. Who saw Boats and Pros with Jason Christie? That was fun.
Yeah, that brings back old times. You know, anytime I get to sit down and talk about the history of where I've come from, you know, my family, what we've done together as far as building baits, catching fish, them teaching me, that's pretty humbling. You know, some of these kids, you know, in the expo, I sign their shirts, their hats, and you can look in their eyes and just see that they have the same dream that I've had, and
the same obsession. That's what I say.
Yeah.
You got to be obsessed with it, right?
Yeah,
like
you have
you're
to.
Not.
You have to live it. I mean, if you're going to be where I'm at or where a lot of these guys are, you have to live it. I can remember, you know, a lot of tournaments where we would fish. My uncle and I would fish. We would not do good. I would drop him off at the bank at his truck at 3:30, and I'd go fish till dark because I was still mad. You know, and that's the way it is every event. And you just have to be obsessed, and you have to live it in order to compete with these guys, because there's 100 guys out there that can catch them as good as me.
Good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
They might catch him a little less than he catches them sometimes, I think.
Yep.
Y'all give it up for Jason Christie. He's going to be signing T-shirts. I think we're going to wind down the podcast part of this. I saw another special guest slinking around. I don't know where he went. Where's Shannon Wheeler at? Dude, let's fish. So
this is definitely undercover boss, because I look around and I got like 4 bosses.
Yes.
4 bosses.
There are sponsors galore at the LBL Live. Y'all make sure to come to the library downtown tonight. We're going to throw down. We're fixing to play some music for you if I can find Shannon Wheeler. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank Xpress Boats for having me, letting me do this, and for all y'all coming. Jason Christie, everybody, come on.
Thank you.
Low Budget Live. Y'all make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. We're going to play some music here in 1 minute.